All right, as you can tell, it is a beautiful day here in South Louisiana. Doing an afternoon trip today. Now it's hot, believe me. It's actually 93 degrees. So it's warm, but it's what you expect. It's late July, it's gonna be hot. I'm just getting out, making my first cast of the day. I had to hunt for some decent water. Water's really bad all around. This water isn't great, but it's definitely fishable. Took a little while to find it, but the water is absolutely flying out. And that's why, of course, I wanted to fish the afternoon, wanted to fish this falling tide. I'm really shocked at how hard it's falling, and I think the reason is because we've got this southwest wind blowing. It's not extreme, probably about 8 knots, very fishable, but I think that's helping that tide to fall pretty quickly. Now it's 5 o'clock, which gives me 3 hours of fishing, and I've got a little challenge set up for myself today. Oh, there's a fish, there's a fish. Spot lock. What are you, a red? Yep, I think you're a red. Let me tell you about that challenge in just a minute. Pretty red, beautiful fish. About a 18-incher with 3 spots. Really pretty fish. I mean, that was maybe my second or third cast. So that's a good way to start the day. Very happy with this fish. Look how pretty this guy is. Caught him on my H&H Gold number 4 spinner, 1/4 ounce death grip jig head, and shrimp Creole matrix shad. Love this bait. Did a check and make sure he's legal. Yep, he's 17 inches. Go ahead and put him in the live well. That'll put some water in there. All right, little guy, you're getting some water. We'll check on him in just a minute. He should be fine. All right, as you know, this is my favorite search bait when I've just come into an area and don't really know what's up, don't know where any fish are holding. I got a lot of confidence with this bait for catching reds, specks, and bass. Oh, we're high and dry. Somebody's got to trim us up. I guess I'll do it. But here's my challenge. As I mentioned, it's 5 p.m. I've got about 3 hours to fish. So this is what I want to accomplish. I want to see if I can catch more fish in the first 2 hours than I can in the final hour. You know, that last hour of daylight is when those fish really go crazy. You get a bunch of bites. I love being out here on afternoon trips in the summer, close to sunset. Just feels like everything that was kind of dormant all day just goes crazy and feeds, and fishing gets really good and really easy. Ooh. That was a little thumpity thump. I think it was a needlefish. So anyway, so that's my goal for the day. So I've already got one in the first 2 hours. We'll see if we can get any others. I'm not expecting a gigantic haul today. It's summertime fishing, water temps are in the upper 80s, so these fish don't feed a whole lot right in the middle of the day. And we're not right in the middle of the day now, but water's still really, really warm. I do like the fact that this tide is falling so hard. That definitely helps us. I like our chances, but let's see what happens. It's really grassy in here. I'm getting fouled on a lot of my casts, but that's okay. I like that grass. That's why these fish are here. The more grass, the better, as long as it's got a defined edge that you can fish. Now I'm gonna end up getting rim rocked in this little area. So when I work my way back out, I'll do so with a Texas rig, just because I really like what I'm seeing. So I wanna slow down and give it a thorough working over. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. That's a bass. Spot lock. All right, all right, all right. Not a giant, but a good fish. Good marsh bass. Barely hooked, but he got enough of it. There's some kind of bee that desperately wants this spot. Oh, he wants to be my girlfriend or something. I don't know. I don't know if you can see, but there's a ton of floating grass in this bayou, and that's so typical for this time of year. Of course, I'm running across a lot of it with my bait, but as we get into the hottest days of the summer, that grass kind of dies back a little bit. It just can't stand this heat, and so it separates from the main bodies of grass. Just big chunks of it do, and just drift away. Well, it really says something that this is the best water I could find, because this water ain't great. Our little 5-knot wind has gone down to a 0-knot wind. It's not blowing at all. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Another bass. Get in a boat, brother. Woo-hoo. Yep, in the summer you get excited about bass this size. Yeah, it's a dink, I know. But it's a bite in 88-degree water in the summer. So I don't ever look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm out here for bites this time of year, that's it. Every bite is a blast. Would I like to catch a 4-pound bass? Definitely. Would I be ecstatic with an 8-pound redfish? Certainly, but I don't expect that, not this time of year. I think I might have reached the end of the line in this area I'm fishing. It looks like it flattens out into a pond here. Probably gonna lose my depth. Of course, I don't even have my front depth finder on. I'll turn that on the way back. Boy, is it pretty in here. It'd be a great place to throw that popper. Might be a little early for that. Well, let's see. Let's see. It'd be fun to get a blow up on a popper. I mean, crazier things have definitely happened, right? I did hear one explosion on top when we were coming in here. It was a little bit, maybe 50 yards back. So at least one fish was looking skyward. All kind of surface activity in here, but it looks like mostly mullet and gar. All right, not surprisingly, no bites on my popper. And I did leave quite the dust cloud coming in here, which was not smart because this tide's falling out through here. So this dust cloud's gonna follow me the whole way out. Pretty dumb decision, actually. Ooh, ooh. Oh, 2 bites. Come on, come on. Oh, ladyfish. Ladyfish. It was hitting weird. Finally got it and jumped. It was a ladyfish. Glad it got off. They're a pain. All right, I think I'm gonna trade back and forth between the spinnerbait and the Texas rig on the way out. That was 100% a hit, but he took my bait and did not get the hook. Trying to get in position, stay quiet, and make another cast in there. But I think his belly's now full. Good luck trying to poop that out, buddy. All right, let's see. There he is. Oh, shoot. Shame on me. I should have had one of those fish. Oh, goodness. Man, I can't miss these fish. This is my challenge, to catch more in these 2 hours than in that. Oh, oh, good night. What in the world? These have got to be guppies. I mean, they're tattooing it, and then there's nothing there. Wow. Look at this. He just got my claw or tail or whatever you want to call it. All right, I got roughly 1 million hits on my Texas rig with nothing to show for it. I think it's just a lot of really little fish, or maybe little reds. A lot of times that's what I think it is, just little redfish, little 8-inch, 10-inch redfish. Just can't get the whole bait in their mouths, so they kind of peck at it. But whatever it was, man, I got some hard hits. It set the hook and nothing's there. Despite that, I'm gonna fish this Texas rig on the way out. Really try and take my time, because I think there's some fish in here. Ooh, ooh, see? Gosh, darn it, man. He's running with it. Same thing. It's like, don't. And they just take off running. And everyone feels the same. You almost know before you set the hook there's not gonna be anything there. The location of that one in that Trinas makes me think he was a bass. Look at that. Look, he's gonna rip the rod out of my hands. There he is. Yep, it's a bass. Better bass that time, which is why we got him. I gave him a minute, it's a better fish. Right in that Trinas, great place to fish when that tide's falling. I'll give you a time check. It's 5:30, 5:31 to be precise, and I think that's our 4th fish. I think it's our 4th fish. If we caught every bite we got, we'd have about 20. Look how beautiful this marsh is. I mean, it's just spectacular. In the summertime, under blue skies. Only time it's arguably prettier, I guess, would be October, when you get those rich blue skies after a cool front. But it's hard to argue with this. No place I'd rather be, that's for sure. Oh, look at that, a brown shrimp. Can you see him? You probably can't see him, but it's actually a good sized shrimp. I guess it's a brown. I tell you what, it might be a white. He's still up on the surface. That's so good to see. Man, it's so good to see. You shrimp experts, let me know. It's the last week of July. It's gotta be a white. Let me know what you think. I'd say that shrimp was about maybe 80 count. maybe a little bigger than that, maybe 60 to 70 count at the biggest. I'm working my way out through this little bayou, about to reach the end. Don't know what my next play is. I did see some promising looking bayous on the way in here, so I may go hit one of those. I feel like this one was pretty good to me, but I also feel like I left a lot of fish here. That's something you don't see a lot in these marshes, eelgrass. Let me see if I can get you over to see that. There you see that eelgrass. Now, eelgrass isn't terribly uncommon in the big lakes, particularly like throughout the Pontchartrain Basin, even out to the Chandler Islands, which is actually part of the Pontchartrain Basin. But I don't see too much of it in the marshes. And I spend a lot of time in marshes. The marshes I fish have a ton of widgeon grass. Got more widgeon grass than anything else, but also some coontail, Eurasian milfoil. Widgeon grass is kind of that long, stringy grass that a lot of people hate. It is a little tougher to fish, but I'll take any kind of grass over no grass. In fact, if I go into an area and I can't find grass, I leave. It's not worth fishing. That's not always true. It's mostly true. Depends on where I am. All right, the first stop was pretty good to us, not bad. But I'm gonna make a run, head to some areas that I've never fished before, just go explore and see what I can find. Don't have a whole lot of time left until our last hour. I'll update you when that happens. But definitely wanna catch a few more before then. All right, a very popular fishing YouTuber named John B says that every GoPro should come with a bottle of Tylenol for all the headaches it's gonna cause you. And that's definitely true. But I'll tell you this, if it did, you'd exhaust that bottle within your first few days of using it. That being the case, I've been dealing with camera trouble since the last time you saw me. So that's eating a bunch of my time. So I'm now in my last hour of fishing. I've come to a little bayou. It dead ends into a pond up here. Never fished in here. It just looks good on a map. Now that I'm in here, I'm not all that excited about it. The middle of this bayou right here is just a couple of feet deep, but I'm gonna see what this pond looks like in the back, hoping to pick up a fish or two on the way in there. And once I get there, I'm hoping it's late enough to throw that popper, but we will see. Oh, and I failed to mention the water in this little bayou is not nearly as pretty as what we left, but I don't think we're gonna find water as pretty as what we left again. Smart Man might have just stayed in that area. Smart Man would definitely have stayed in that area. All right, there's grass all across this pond. I mean, this bayou. It really should be called a pond. There's just no water in it. So I'm gonna spin around, get the heck out of here. That's interesting. Look at this water draining right here out of this marsh. Very cool. South Louisiana waterfall. All right, we've come into a bayou that is probably gonna be our last stop of the day. Hopefully we can even fish it, because let me tell you, this is like fishing a mountain stream. That's how stiff this current is. There is a pond at the back of this bayou that I plan to fish. This one's got good depth, in the 6 to 7 foot range, and I'm happy to report the water's a lot better than I thought we'd find again today. It's about equivalent to what we left at the first stop, so that's good. Feel good about our chances of catching fish. So far, I'm not seeing a ton of grass in this bayou, but there's gotta be some grass in that pond. This current is really a beast. I'm not complaining, believe me. I'd much rather this than a dead tide. It's not even close. Sometimes too much current is a bad thing, but it definitely beats the other extreme. It's like we have another little trenasse coming up. Oh, there he is. Bass in that trenasse. Oh, nice bass, nice bass. All right, let's spot lock us here on my Blacklight Zoom Z-Craw. All right, my rod kind of slipped on my hook set. Wasn't the best hook set ever, so I'm fortunate to get him. Ooh, oh, look at that. He done took it all. That was a good hit. There's a few fish right there. All right, see if we can improve. We have not executed well today at all. All right, we caught one. Missed our second opportunity and can't get another bite, so let's move along. Hopefully if we have time, we'll hit that on the way out. As you can probably tell, that wind that was calm is not calm anymore. It's really blowing. It's kind of unfortunate. We're about to go in this pond. You can see that over there. Pretty rough. Won't be able to see any reds, but at least we throw that popper in there, surface will be a little ruffled. Makes that bait look a little better. Man, I'm really just amazed at how much this wind has picked up. It normally dies around dusk. Well, the opposite has happened today. It's really blowing now. It's close to 20. Really weird, because it was dead slick a little while ago. It's really making it tough to see grass edges to throw this poplar at. I've only got 18 more minutes. That's it, 18 more minutes. And I really want to hit that bayou again on the way out where I got all those hits. Well, I just got a couple hits at the mouth of that Trenasse. So I guess I need to turn around and buck this wind. Let's do that. All right, here's that little Trenasse where we catch one fish earlier and we lost one. Really good bite. We might just have to close the day out here. Conditions will not allow me to fish that pond. Now, for those asking, what the hell is a Trenasse? Trenasse is the Cajun French word for marsh drain. It's the primary geological feature that you want to fish on a falling tide. Ooh. There he is. All right. Right in our same Trenasse. Got enough fish, we're gonna let him go. Oh, what are you throwing up? Oh, look at that, a little crab. That's what he threw up. He lost his lunch. Can't say I blame him. He'll get to eat some more though. All right, that's it, we're out of time, but mission accomplished. We caught more fish in 2 hours than we did in the last hour, really kind of by default. That wind definitely sabotaged our last hour. Couldn't really fish the way I wanted to, so it kind of tamped down our success, but still really fun outing. I mean, it's July, right? It's the dog days of summer. Getting into the marsh, catching a few fish. I can't think of anything I'd rather do. Hot baits for the day, Zoom Z-Craw on a 1/4 ounce tungsten bullet weight, and also that H&H light wire gold spinner with a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head and a shrimp creole matrix shad. You know that was a staple for me. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marsh Man Mass On channel on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marsh Man Mass On.